Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is February 27, 2026, and this is my weekly market review, where I'm reviewing S&P 500, that's SPX, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. I noticed on my SPY chart that I had the whole month missing on my weekly chart. I've been having problems with this recently, but that's that. That's enough of that. So that's why I'm looking at the SPX today instead of SPY. They both represent the S&P 500, so the data should be the same. And what we're seeing here on this quarterly chart is a doji at the top. So again, this is a sign to be careful. Be careful. There's a little bit of indecision in the market at this time, and it's not sure if it wants to go up or down. So again, you'll see this on the lower time frames, and we've gotten back below. Again, on SPX, we did get above 7,000. We're back below that 7,000 at this time where we have closed at. But let's go ahead and go down to our monthly chart and see what we see there. On this monthly chart, let me zoom in there. On this monthly chart, since this is the end of the month, we finished the month red. So again, that means we have a more selling than buying, a bearish looking month, but we are technically in a bull market since we are still above the 9-10 moving average. That's this moving average line right here. Technically, if we are above this, we tend to say we are bullish. When we're below this line, we tend to say we are bearish. And right now we are still above that, so we are looking still bullish. And also what I like here, we're still above the pivot. For these are quarterly pivots on this monthly chart. We're still above that. So again, definitely we are still bullish. But again, protection. Be careful about going long at this time. All right, let's go ahead and go down to our weekly chart and see what we see there. On this weekly chart, let me zoom in here a little bit, and that kind of put it back on auto. Zoom. We can still see that we're quite a bit extended on this weekly chart with these 50 and 200 moving averages. We're still quite a bit extended off this moving average at this time. So again, this market is still pretty hot. It's just beginning to consolidate, go sideways. Money definitely is rotating. We do have some look like getting a little bit of a downtrend here on this weekly picture. So again, be careful. This market definitely is not going up. Finding long trades at this time. Make sure you, based on your trading plan and your trading strategy, trade accordingly. That's all I can say. That's what I see here on this weekly chart. But let's go ahead and go down to our daily noise and wrap this on up, because it's doing kind of like what we expected. It's not going anywhere. But we just got to be careful. All that I can say, just be careful. Because right now, what I'm also looking at here, come next month, since this is the last week of the month, we might end up opening up below pivot based on where I'm seeing this market at this time. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit more, and let me delete that and see what I see here is that this thing here looks like it's below this line right here where we may open unless we gap up. And one of the things though, usually below pivot, I expect it to stay below pivot. We definitely probably might get another push down here to a support 1 level before we get a push up to this resistance 1 level. Last month we did open up above pivot, and we ended up closing below pivot, but we had started already getting lower highs and all. So again, we knew it kind of was going to be a struggle, and that first week last month ended up being a doji, a big indecision sign, and all. So again, when you start seeing something like that, be careful, and all at the beginning, the first week of the month, and that's what we see at this time. Let's go ahead and go down to our daily noise and wrap this on up. On our daily noise, let me zoom in here. And I just want to get a few days. What we see here, we can see. This thing is kind of like, doing something like this. It's in a big sideways pattern. It's beginning to get a little bit narrower. This can go on for another few months, for another month, I would say, not going anywhere. The thing is kind of watch these bottoms, watch these lines and stuff like this, to see if this market is going to break to the downside and actually give us some real pain. Right now it hasn't really been that bad, or break to the upside and we start making money to that upside. So based on your trading plan and your trading strategy, trade accordingly. Watch your money at this time. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I really want to share at this time. This is Right Side Trader. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And I'll speak to you next week. Have a good one. Bye.